Welcome back, everybody. So we are here today with another live stream. We're going to be kind of, I guess, ticking off what's going on the European bloc. There's a lot going on, lots of news, which will be affecting people who live in the UK and pretty much all across Europe. Massive news coming. So whether that's kind of having an effect, I think it's pushing more money into the DXY, which is, the dollar, and we'll look at that later. And that's having an effect kind of on Bitcoin, taking some of the volume away. But first things first, let's do our complimentary check on our best friend. How are you, my friend, AJ?
I'm good, thank you.
Right?
Yeah, doing well. Yeah. The weather's a bit rubbish, so bit of a grump this morning when I woke up, but I'm doing all right now.
Yeah, I can't really say the same, unfortunately. We've had like a sandstorm actually for the past couple of days, but now it's back to normal, back to bright blue skies.
We've had thunderstorms today, lightning.
Nice.
Yeah, so not too.
There you go. Go get a barbecue on.
Weather, but yeah, I'm doing good. And yeah, today we're going to look at the charts, look at the DXY chart as well. As you said, we're seeing that increase a little bit, which is not too good for the crypto market. But again, we do have a short open, so it will be good for that short. I have opened a long though as well, so I'll show you that as well. So that's a bit controversial, but we will take a look at them in a minute.
There you go. So yeah, also guys, make sure you do stick around till the end because we will be going through the key levels where we're taking positions. So that's going to be a big thing for us. So just today, guys, to show you over in Canada, we might still be live. It's in 16 minutes. So looking through the inflation rate coming out from Canada. Nothing, it's not really a huge economy, especially in the financial market terms. And I don't know if it's going to have too much of an effect on Bitcoin, but there are Bitcoin ETFs there. So I don't know. I don't think too much. But then just looking over the next 7 days, like I said, it's mostly focused around that European area. Obviously, we have the minutes. With the minutes, there's kind of two choices really that they can say. They can say like, oh, hey, we did enough. Or, this is only from July. So they can say, hey, we've done enough, or we think we're doing enough, which is true because inflation went down. Or they can say, hey, we need to do more, which kind of is now invalid. So I don't really think this is going to move the market too much, in my opinion. And so that's tomorrow on the 17th. And then just moving into the latter part of the week, a bit of news from Australia, core inflation from the Euro area, and then coming through, then ending the week with Japan, and early next week, just a little bit of news there. So nothing really too much, like I said, but there is a lot of uncertainty in the Eurozone. And if you're uncertain about the GDP or you're uncertain about everything, we always see the same thing in the US. People are uncertain, so they move their money to cash, or they get out of, if there's an earnings report, they get out of that stock because they're unsure. So with inflation, people are going to be getting out of the euro and moving into a different currency, probably the world reserve US. So I think that's why we're seeing the DXY push.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's exactly why I think, we're seeing that happen. And we're also seeing the crypto market very uncertain as well in what direction it wants to go.
You are right there.
These big wicks that we're seeing, it shows a lot of uncertainty in the market. So yeah, we've just seen the price go sideways for the past few days, which is a bit boring. But yeah,
it's extremely boring. Like, it kind of makes me miss the days, and I'm sure the same is true with you, where we would go online and we'd be like, okay, guys, we've got massive news. We know what's coming, And then, me and you would sit here, we get all excited because, news is coming out and we're like, hey, it's something to actually move the market. It was usually in the downward direction, to be fair, though.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of stuff happening, globally at the moment, which, is sort of taking everyone away from these riskier assets like Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. And I think at the end we might have a little chat about some of those, because they are kind of interesting, especially when you look at the wider implications that may or may not happen.
Yeah.
But we'll come back to that. So just general markets slightly down, nothing really too much. This is one thing actually that I do want to just quickly mention. This is more broader term, big picture stuff. So the lack of clear direction is driving the markets up and down. A guy from Swiss Bank has said. He wrote in a note, yesterday's data softens the case for the continuation of the steep recovery and throws the foundation for a period of consolidation and perhaps a downward correction, which basically what he's saying is, stocks are kind of climbing up, and this slightly ties in with it. But what I'm saying is stocks are kind of slightly driven to the upside, but the trade indicator for trade is kind of falling. So, it might just be that this little push to the upside for stocks kind of is just, I guess a bit of FOMO, just a bit of everybody being a bit too bored and, wanting to buy something. We've had so much of a downward cycle that this might just be a bit of a relief rally. And he's saying that there might be a little bit more downwards correction. So this kind of area of consolidation is not really a bad thing. And I can't really, go through today without mentioning Mr. Do Kwon himself.
He's back. He's back.
Guy. He's back. So what he did was he did a podcast. This doesn't really paint the picture. This I should this is a better article to go through. Here he goes. Hello, look at this guy, Mr. Do Kwon. So currently he's in Singapore. The guys in, I'm going to summarize all of this. The guys in, Korea, South Korea, which is obviously where he is, where the team are all being potentially prosecuted. He flew the country, and obviously he's in Singapore, but they're thinking of just cancelling his or invalidating his passport, so he can't go anywhere while they go through with the investigation, which would be quite funny. But I don't know. He's like, oh, I didn't do anything bad, and I didn't mean to do anything bad, but I just think the more and more evidence that comes out, it does throw more question. But one thing that I think is pretty crazy is obviously, we know he's the guy. He's the Luna guy, the guy who basically crashed it. Ever since he kind of got active again, which he hasn't been ever since the massive disaster, now that he's active, everybody has jumped on the train. So I just want to show you this from Twitter. This is just everybody getting very excited, look at this. We're going to have so much, Lunar Army. So this obviously was the price at 50 minutes, maybe like an hour ago. So it's gone up very, very slightly. But everyone's now calling for a $1 price target. Let's have a look at this. So by 2023, it will be $0.7, which let's just take a second. Look where it is. That's okay. Let's say this goes to I don't know, 0.997 cents, almost $1. That's still a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 400 times, a 4x gain, which is absolutely insane. So 400% or 4x gain. And then by 2030, someone's put it could hit $8. Jesus. But look at the language here, AJ. They go, might probably attain 0.7 by 2023. Might probably, that's so oh, I need to put a price target, but I don't want to tell everyone it's going to go to 0.7. It just keeps, stays at 0. So
if he's right, then fair enough. I might have to put $100 in there, just see where that goes.
Well, I mean, if it goes to $8, fair play, that would be good. But one of the comments on it is, with a $7 trillion supply, not possible until Luna doesn't have serious burning. Price is not going anywhere, which is absolutely correct. Imagine if it's $8 by 2030. So 8 times 7 is 56. I want to say. Yeah, 56. So 8 times 7 is 56. That means it's going to be $56 trillion market cap. Come off it. Come off it. That is no chance. So obviously, there's got to be a lot that happens. But it's just weird how now, everyone's back on the gravy train of Luna. What do you think, AJ? Are you confident on this $8 price target that we see down here?
I think it would go $10 personally.
Yeah. That's not high enough.
Not high enough, no. Personally, for me, I don't see it going to $8. I don't really see it moving much from where it is unless, something big happens, and I know that I'm going to be staying away from it
Yeah,
until at least the Do Kwon can prove that he did nothing wrong. I will be staying
yeah.
away.
I agree. Do you know what? I think Justin Sun, and Do Kwon, I just don't know. I
Yeah.
just don't. I feel
They
like I
look
just
like the
don't
most
trust them.
innocent people as well.
I know. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, they do. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get good vibes. I don't. Let
No.
me know down in the comments if I'm being too judgy. But I just think they are like this. I don't know. Let's bring up some TA here, AJ, before I just go on about my disdain for these crypto guys.
Yeah, we can look at some TAM. Let me just pull a chart up quick. So I've got a trade that I want to show you as well that I did open. I did mention this on
Ooh la
Twitter as
la.
well. That is in a little bit of a profit right now. And then obviously we have that short position I opened as well. But yeah, Twitter, I did inform you of them over there. So make sure you head over to Twitter and give us a follow there. But looking at this DXY chart, you can see I put this on Twitter as well. We did get the break towards the upside of this falling
Told
channel
ya.
above this resistance here. Yeah, and told you. And I did anticipate if we did break towards the upside, we were going to see the DXY come higher, and that's exactly what we are seeing. Where it's going to come to, technically, the price target is all the way up at approximately $9 at this blue dotted line here. That is sort of the take profit. The TP point for this sort of, I wouldn't say it's a trade because I did not I did not sell any of my crypto to get some dollars, but
Probably a good idea.
yeah. So I do anticipate that the price of the DXY is going to come up to this around $9 level. We do have a bit of resistance coming in at around sort of that $107 level. Sorry, I said the $9 level, the $109 level.
Mhm.
But yeah, we will see what happens. And if we do see this DXY continue to have that movement towards the upside, then we will most definitely see Bitcoin come down and sort of the whole crypto market come down a little bit more. So taking a quick look at Bitcoin, we haven't really moved, as you can see, looking on this 4-hour chart as well. Over the past sort of day, over yesterday and sort of the day before that as well, we haven't really seen the price move much at all. And we are coming into this sort of very major support level here. Looking at the indicators, we are pretty oversold on the stochastic and the stochastic RSI. So there is a possibility in the shorter term we could have a little push towards the upside, but I do think we are going to come and test this support level here. Now, whether we break this support level, looking at the 8-hour and the 12-hour, we can see very clearly on these bigger time frames, we do also have this rising wedge pattern. There is a possibility we could break towards the downside of this rising wedge pattern because it is technically a bearish pattern. The indicators are, again, in that getting into that sort of oversold territory, but there is still a possibility we could get a break towards the downside, then a little recovery. If I just show you that, we could get the break towards the downside, then a recovery, resetting the indicators, and then that move towards the downside. But as of right now, we are holding that support level. We did come down and test it ever so slightly here, and we did find nice support. So right now we are holding it. But until we get a clean break of either this resistance level here, which you can see on the 12-hour chart, it's a bit more visible on the 8-hour. If we do get it, we had a little fake out here, but if we do get a clean break of this resistance and this white resistance here on that 12-hour, then I think a move towards the upside is likely. But if we do break the support, I do think the move towards the downside is the one that will play out. So it's just a waiting game now to sort of see if we are going to break the resistance or break. But as of right now, we are just trading sideways, not much happening. And the same is sort of happening for Ethereum. Looking at this daily chart, zooming into the 12-hour chart as well. Nothing is really happening. We've just been going sideways for sort of the past 3 days. And coming back down to that support, we came very close to it. We didn't really touch the support level, but yeah, we just
Like we said, there's just no volume.
There's just nothing. Yeah, exactly. Nothing. No volume. Nothing happening. We are seeing a decrease in volume as well. So it does signal to me that the bearish scenario is more likely. But again, if we do hold the support, there is a big chance that we could come up to the resistance and break that resistance. So yeah, nothing too exciting. If we do break the support on Ethereum, then I think we are going to go lower. But if we do break the resistance, I think we are going to go higher. That's all I can say right now because nothing is happening. Solana. We'll have a quick look at Solana because I did open
Is
up the
this the
trade.
trade?
Yeah, this is the trade. I'll show
Ooh.
you very briefly on Twitter. So I did tell you here, just went long on Solana, and I gave you my take profit points as well. So taking a look at this Solana trade, we can see that the break towards the upside. Or this is on the 15 minutes, so it is a short, I'm going to be having this trade open for a very short time, couple hours maximum. I'm expecting it to hit this TP point, but we broke towards the upside of this. Just get my pen tool out. Let me find it. There we go. We broke towards the upside of this falling wedge pattern here. This was a nice signal to take a long position, and we got the retest as well, which is another signal to take this trade. So once we did get that retest and that confirmed bounce, I did take that long position. It's been a bit slow. But we are starting to see those profits come in. If I do take you over to Bybit to have a look at that trade, currently in only 2.6% trade as 6% profit as of right now, $40 in a profit. But I do expect it to come up to this approximate $44.75 dollar level, and that's where I'm going to be taking profits at that level. So yeah, I do anticipate the price coming up to there, and I'll keep you updated on Twitter as well if we do hit that price target. But it's looking good as of right now. We're in a little bit of a profit. Hopefully we can continue this nice rally towards the upside and hit that take profit point. I also did
Sorry, I was going to ask,
Yeah.
are there any other like things at the moment that you're currently looking at for the guys who want to get into one similar to Solana?
Yeah, let me have a little roam on the charts. I don't think there's anything as of right now. I will have to go over wait for any confirmations. You know, like on Avalanche on the on the 15-minute chart. I was looking at this sort of resistance level here, but it wasn't. We didn't get that break towards the upside like we did on Solana, so that's why I haven't sort of opened any other trades on anything else. I did, however, have that trade that I opened on Link as well, that short position. That's still in a 30% profit. I went through this trade with you on Friday and Saturday, and I did warn you that I was going to be opening this short position. And yeah, 30% in a profit, which is nice. And I do expect to see this have some more returns as well. I do expect the price to come down of Chainlink a little bit more as well. So I'm expecting to see more profits coming out of this trade. But as of right now, there's nothing that's about to break out. What we're seeing is sort of these rejections like on Avalanche. We've seen that rejection from the resistance, so I haven't taken any other trades. But I will, of course, keep you updated if we do see any of these potential trade updates.
Yeah, there we go. And just to kind of give you guys a quick recap, Canada's inflation, I know I said we'd mention it. Canada's inflation has slowed to 7.6. So just having a look at what was forecast. Let's go back to today. 7.6. What did I say? It slowed. I mean, I guess it has slowed, but I mean it's on forecast. That's actually really, really good. Core inflation has come down, and the month over month is actually slightly higher, but year over year it is lower. So that's pretty beneficial. But you can kind of go see here. You guys can watch this. There's a certain amount you can watch every day. But yes, so has that affected the price of Bitcoin at all? Like I said, I don't really think there's going to be too much movement. If you bring us on to like maybe a 1 minute, see if there is anything happening at the moment with the Bitcoin chart, just to see. I think it's just such a shame. Why do more people not have a Bitcoin ETF? Like, it just seems a bit crazy. I don't know why the US are so against it. That would make us so happy.
Yeah, there hasn't been any movement at all.
Okay, there you go. No one's super. It's
No one cares
kind
about
of
Canada.
exactly that is literally is it. Inflation's down in Canada. Oh, right, okay, great. All right, well, let's go to lunch.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So not really anything happening there. A bit of a leg down, but that's it's on the 1 minute, so it's to be expected.
yeah.
Nothing really exciting. But there
A
you
little
go.
bit of a
Okay.
movement. Oh, here we go. Bit of movement.
Oh, it is falling. Okay.
Oh, bit
Oh,
to red.
okay. Oh, hit me.
Maybe
Let's
some
have a
people
look.
do care
Okay.
about Canada.
Yeah, my mistake. Wait, it's also maybe the U.S. housing.
Oh, has that just come out as well?
You go too far or not is kind of hard to say because we don't know what the overall demand is and is demographic.
Okay, this is also another thing that I guess one thing. Well, I don't really like to go into it too much because we're a crypto channel, but in the US, so the housing, as you see here, housing has started to fall. So I believe this is housing sales have started to fall. If housing sales begin to fall, obviously less people are building, less people are buying, and so that kind of shows down a massive slowdown in I think it's the biggest asset class. I'm pretty sure I can go out on a limb there and say it's the biggest asset class. Each house with there's lots of houses and they're all worth an average of what, $200,000-$300,000. So this could be something that will affect, because if real estate, slows down, then that is often kind of seen as a bit of an indicator, because our last biggest crash was because of houses. That is kind of seen as a bit of an indicator of the overall economy, which then might weigh on the stock market, which then might weigh on the crypto market. It's quite a far link away, and I won't go into it too much unless you guys want me to. Happy to go through what housing data means and where it falls into the crypto prices, but it's more just a mindset thing of, if investors think, oh, actually I'm worried about the overall economy, then I'm going to be less likely to invest in a risky asset such as Bitcoin. So there's not any direct link, and there's not so much a correlation as there is with the Nasdaq and Bitcoin, but it is in there somewhere, just as investor sentiment, we will call it.
Yeah.
So there you go. But I will do one if you guys want. So if you do, drop a comment down below, and also like the video, and also subscribe to the channel, and also follow us on Twitter, and also hit the bell notification, and also tell us that you really like us, and also compliment AJ on his new haircut.
Yeah, that one's the most important.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saved the best for last.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. AJ, I love your haircut. I'll get everyone started. Love your haircut. Nice.
Right.
But yeah, there you go, guys. Not really too much that's happening. We'll obviously keep you up to date on Twitter, so head over there and we'll let you know exactly how that Bitcoin price reacts, and whether there's any more important news that you need to hear. But yeah, overall, dollar up, Bitcoin kind of going sideways, key levels of support and resistance that we're pretty much at, and that's kind of all that we can say, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Nothing's really going to happen until we break this support or resistance level. So it's literally just a waiting game now. And if we can form any more patterns. So yeah, as always, we'll keep you updated.
There you go. All right. Thank you very much for joining, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow, guys.